Hi Techie guys, I'm Nankishore Swami and today we would be learning about creating a bot using Python with the help of AI and ML techniques. So basically we would be creating a bot that will play an internet browser based game for us. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's first understand how the game works and we'll go from there. So open up your web browser and open the miniclip.com game, and the game name is Sushi Go Round. So this is the particular game that we will automate, or will create a bot that will play for us. So let's first understand how this game works. So click on the help. So in the help menu you will find just in time, you came at the right time, we need a chef replacement. And we will give you 1 week trial. As a new chef, let me guide you how to getting started. So let's click on the continue button, and here is our first customer and he is ordering the California roll. So basically in this particular game we would be playing as a chef role, and chef would be cooking some dishes for the customers, and basically here are the customers that will come in and just order something. So this is specifically like California roll. Our customers have orders and we need to cook it and just serve it to the customer. And to find out the recipe, this is the recipe book. So to find out what California rolls ingredient, click on the recipe book below. Remember that while you are looking at the recipe, your customer is still waiting, so don't take too long. So click on the recipe book, and here you can find the California roll. It would require 1 rice, 1 nori, and 1 roi. So click on exit. So from this is the menu, you can select the ingredient. So you can select like one each is 3. And to make it to make the dish properly, you need to click on this particular one to have it rolled, and this is ready. This will go automatically to the customer for service. So watch out your customer mood, don't serve them too late or they will get upset. So basically once customer is done eating, you need to also collect the plates. So just simply click on the plate, and if you are running out of the ingredient, then you can certainly order it from the phone. And for each day we will get a certain goal, and we need to meet that goal to move on to the next day. So let's get started. So let's play the game. So first we need to click on the play button and click on continue and click on continue. So let's wait for the first customer to come in. So here the first customer, and customer has ordered something. So look at the recipe book. What was that? So it's Gankam Maki. So it would require the ingredient like 1 rice, 1 nori, and 2 rois. So click on exit. 1 and 2. So click on roll. So it would be served to the first customer. So similarly, if you are running out of your ingredient, you can click on the phone button and you can order it accordingly. So based on your available money in your pocket. So once customer is done eating, you also need to collect the plate. So let's get started. So go ahead and just create a folder, the empty folder, and right click and create a new notepad file or text file, and give a meaningful name to your text file. So we would be using Python to process our images. So this game would be played with the help of image processing. So to process the image, I believe we have already downloaded all 3 DLLs or the libraries that was in the previous tutorial. The first one is Pillow or PIL, and the second one is pp win32, and the third one is numpy for calculation, and win32 is for using the mouse clicks. So let's rename it like first file we would be using to grab the images. So to grab the images, we will give a meaningful name to this file is like a quick grab. So QUICKGRAB, and at the end, if you are not able to see your file extension, then you can certainly enable it by going to the view and click on the file extension, or if you are using Windows 7 or any other window, then you can just press Alt T and go to the option and enable your file extension and change it to PY and hit enter. So once you click on yes, it would be automatically converted to the Python file. So to start coding, you need to right click and go to edit IDLE. So click on edit. So to our board play the game, it would need to capture the image. So to capture the image, we would need to use a DLL or library or module, which is the part of PIL library. So let's first import the image grab. So that image grab is part of PIL. So we're going to import image grab. So that's the library. And the second one that we need is OS library to get the current directory and save it on a particular folder. So just import the OS. And the third one we would need is time library, since we need to change the file name, or we need to use the time as a file name, so it would not override to the previous image. So these are the libraries that we're gonna use. So let's create a function now to capture all the images. So to create a function, we need to use a keyword that is def, and let's give a meaningful name to your function, that is like screen grab. So screen grab, and let's define a variable. So in the as I said in the previous tutorial, we do not need to explicitly define the variable type or the data type for the variable. So let's define it simply like IM. So it would be a kind of image grab. So it will grab the image. So let's use the image grab DLL image grab dot grab. So I missed something here. This IMAG image grab. So once we grab the image, we need to save it somewhere. So let's use im dot save, and when we save it, it required two inputs. So the first one is path and second one is image type. So to use the path, we need to use the current directory, that is os.get cwd. So that will give us the current directory, and we will concatenate it with the a name. So we can give a meaningful name here, for now, like full snap something. So use like full_snap, and then the concatenate with the current time, so it would not overlap or overwrite to the existing or the previous image when we continuously need to grab the images. So for that, we need to use the time library, time.time. Since this is a string, the name is a string and the time is in time format, so first we need to convert it into the integer, and then we need to convert it into the string. So to convert it to the integer, we need to use the int keyword and then the start bracket and supply your time. And once we convert it to the integer, we need to again convert it to the string, because integer and string cannot concatenate together. So use the string concatenator, that is str string converter. So once it is converted to the string, we need to supply the file extension. So we're going to save all the files in .png format, comma, and the file format that we need to have the image grab library identify that what format of file it need to save. So once we are done with the saving part, so let's understand it first. From PIL we will import the image grab library, and again we will import OS and time libraries, and then we will create a function that will grab images for us, and in the function we will declare one variable which will store the images first. So image grab library will help us to grab the image and store in IM variable. So from that IM variable, we're gonna save the images in current directory with the name of full snap and the time with the .png extension, and the file saved would be in PNG format. Since I have already told you that in the previous tutorial that every tab and the space really matter in Python, so since we have one tab in the each or both two line, it would be the part of this screen grab function. So to run this screen grab function, we need to have entry point. So usually in similar to the any other programming language, the entry point usually would be main function, and in Python we need to define the main function now. So Python would support like if name underscore equals single quote and main. So that's the entry function, and in the entry function we will call our function that we created to grab the images. So just simply give the name screen grab. So let's save this. So go to file, and simply save it and run the function, and let's see if it is going to grab the image or not. So our current folder doesn't have any image right now, so let's run it by pressing F5 or going to run and run module. So let's move it all the way to the left side so our game screen is visible. Now we can see a screenshot here in the folder, which is really we don't need because that's not the part of the game. So call the function again, or you can go ahead and just hit F5 one more time. So this time it should have grabbed the right image for us. So this is the image that has been grabbed by this particular function. So that's it in the first tutorial. In the next tutorial we would grab the particular area of the image which is we really need to play the game, and we'll continue our coding. Thanks for watching.